Today's topic is to do with a theory that suggests that when you die, you move to another parallel world of yourself. Things are different. The idea of parallel universes is decisions you make and choose. When you come to a crossroads, you either choose left or you choose right. Well, whichever way you choose, if I choose, of course, left, there'll be another copy of yourself that will go right instead of left. And then this is where a parallel world comes in. Yeah.
What we have long thought to be everything may in fact be a small part of something much, much bigger. And that much bigger expanse may include realms that should rightly be called universes of their own, and thereby giving us this notion of multiple universes, the multiverse.
So everything on the parallel world is exactly the same, just a little bit different. Like something would be a colour, like you're so used to seeing on one thing, like a flower. Like a red rose, instead of being red, it could be blue. There'll be slight things in the world that are different. Exactly the same, but different. He does have a good point, because if a parallel worlds are real, and this idea of when we die we go to another universe afterwards, what happens though to them other yous? Do they merge? Do they die? Do they replace the next one? Is it an ongoing cycle, just like how parallel worlds would be? You'll constantly have different other yous and other yous, all in different other worlds. Okay, guys, can you move? I can't. I don't like small places. I hate crowds. Stop! Becomes a bit complicated, and it gets really mind-boggling. But the point of what I'm trying to make is, what's happening to that other you? If this theory was true, that our consciousness goes into another you, into another self, what happens to that person's consciousness? There's more to a theory than just simpleness. Woman unlocks new fear in people after sharing theory that we never really die. Yeah, what I know about this is something to do with the parallel world theory, like many worlds, as like, as I said at the beginning of the video, you make a decision, there's always the opposite decision that must have happened as well. Blah blah blah. If you ever watch Marvel, there you go, basically that Marvel Endgame, just watch that or the new Ant-Man.
What the hell? What the hell? I'm not another me, you're another me. You just came out. Why am I looking at another me?
You're looking at the possibility of another you.
I didn't say that. What the hell? 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 What is this place?
It's a probability storm.
You understand it somehow more.
I get it. I don't get it.
Some people have had a new fear revealed to them that they never have believed possible, which is always a nice way to spend your weekend, isn't it? Yeah. Or the rest of your life worrying. The subject of life and death is a difficult one for lots of people who don't want to admit that we're almost definitely going to have to die, and it's really difficult to praise the concept that we won't live forever. However, would you really want to, given the opportunity? No, not really, because the idea of living forever, it sounds like you become depressed, because yeah, there are good things in this world and all that, but there's so much bad. To live through it and all, it'll just be horrible, wouldn't it? It's like living forever is more of a punishment, I would think. It might not be the best thing ever, depending on whether you're going to continue aging and deteriorating in health, or whether you have to live to see the end of the world. It's stuff like that which has people thinking about topics such as quantum immortality. In ordinary terms, it means that people never die, but in truth, it's a lot more complicated than that. Alright, so let's have a look at this video and see what this... Oh, look! Rick and Morty. I wonder if she watches Rick and Morty. Maybe a bit too much.
So I keep seeing a lot of videos on TikTok of people talking about the world is about to end, right? The apocalypse is coming.
The world's always ending. I made a song about it, for fuck's sake. I don't think anyone does. Who gives a crap if the world ends or not? And I don't think anyone would care. I don't think they'd care. The world is always ending, love. No matter what you do, it's ending. Simple as.
People are getting a little too excited
Hell
about
yeah.
the apocalypse.
Bef-
Not that I'm judging.
I just like
totally
disasters.
understand. But if you're hoping that the world's end is going to bring you that sweet, sweet relief, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I'd like to introduce you to a little theory called the quantum immortality theory and Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation. Quantum immortality theory suggests that nobody ever actually dies, that consciousness never experiences death. Instead, whenever you die in one universe, your consciousness just gets transferred to a parallel universe where you survive. So let's just say...
So you don't die, your consciousness gets transferred to another universe, another parallel world of you. But what about that parallel you? What about their consciousness? Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that's just like wishful hoping. I think, when we die, we die. And that other you who didn't die just lives a normal life still. Nothing happened.
All of these people who are anxiously and excitedly waiting for the end of the world are correct. If the quantum immortality theory is correct, you're just gonna wake up in a parallel universe with no memory of the fact that you've just survived an apocalyptic event. The only sort of hint, sort of clue to the fact that this has happened would be new Mandela effects, right? So after the inevitable apocalypse occurs, you're gonna wake up the next day in a new reality. And the next thing you know, you're gonna find yourself on Reddit talking about, since when did Pizza Hut have 2 T's? Arguing with people who are native of this new reality, talking about it's always had 2 T's.
No, that just sounds like you've got dementia. Like you're slowly losing your memories or something. I should probably go get yourself checked.
So what I'm basically implying here is that in our reality, apocalypses happen every day. You don't believe me? Okay. It's been about 65 million years since the asteroids allegedly took out the dinosaurs. So you mean to tell me that...
Allegedly. Sorry, no, it's scientifically proven. It was the meteorite. And the rest was actually to do with, of course, the tectonic plates moving and all that, and the tsunamis and everything that happened because of the meteorite. So,
And in 65 million years, no other asteroids have come through?
Loads have. Luckily, they weren't big enough, or they've just missed us by an inch. And also thanks to our planets that we have around us. Jupiter, a giant gas planet that actually pulls meteorites that are going towards us normally into its own yeah, that big planet, our defender. Yeah, and the moon.
The neighborhood, take us out? You think we're just that lucky, huh? No other super volcanic events in 65 million years. We're just out there in space, just dodging asteroids, right? By luck, right?
Yeah.
Earth doesn't have a steering wheel. So yeah, what I'm saying is that Earth is probably always being taken out, and our consciousness just keeps getting transferred to another parallel universe, and then another one. For all you know, the apocalypse probably already happened last night, and you're just waking up in this reality talking about, since when has my light switch been on this side of the wall?
What about, because you're being transferred over, what about that other you? What about that other you's consciousness? What about them? You see what I mean? It's like, we're all going to be like bundled into one into one parallel version of ourselves, and it'll just be like we've all got schizophrenia. I understand parallel worlds and all that, but the idea of a quantum immortality, there's so many downfalls, because the parallel world, the parallel theory is there's other yous, not just one you, there's other yous. So there's going to be multiple consciences of yourself in these other realities. So if you're hopping over into their one, aren't you basically body snatching? Yeah, basically whenever you die in one universe, your consciousness just gets transferred into another universe where you survived. Basically, that's simply what it is. It's like oh, this body's fucked, hop into another universe. They've got their own consciousnesses. What about their conscience? Are you going to invade theirs or take it over or something like that? Of course, it's not. It's a lot more complicated than that, involving a lot of maths and science. But we're working on word count here, and honestly, it's really quite difficult and boring in truth. Jolie explained how, if there's anything to do this theory, we wouldn't remember the previous world that we switched over to, but that might have some basic recollections, much as like, yeah, the Mandela effect. Basically, I say at McDonald's, it's always been yellow and red, hasn't it? Well, you go to another reality, and it's like that McDonald's, instead of being red and yellow, it's blue and white or something, like, you know what I mean? It's different colour, and they're like, oh, it's always been that colour, but you think it's not. No, that's just you losing your mind. Anyways, the very idea of this has some people's heads in a spin. Yeah, me. By not today, said one comment. Okay, I'm actually kind of freaking out right now, because not the conspiracy type guy, but you're like eerily making sense, said another. The thought of never being able to actually die is extremely depressing and gives me headaches. A third added, yep, you can just rock me to sleep tonight. Yeah, my head is like, wah! It's because there's like so many other things. If there's parallel worlds, there's other yous. They have their own consciousness, you know, and you're like saying that we just take theirs over? What are we, body snatchers? Yeah, we are literally body snatchers. Well, that's what she thinks we are anyway. This went really off topic. I'm not a scientist, anything philosopher or anything like that. I just have my own opinions and thoughts and ideas of like what it really is. But truly, to be completely honest, I don't think we'll ever really know. Like, they say that you forget everything anyways, even when you do transfer over to the other parallel world. You forget everything. So it's like, well, there's no way of proving this theory is in any way real or not. So I was just giving my opinion and all that there. But yeah, there's a lot of mind-boggling things to think about, and a lot of consequences as well. There's so much when it comes to some theories, and this is one of them where it's like you don't want to dive too deep. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I don't know, maybe you think she sounds right. Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you on the next one. My head hurts. Ciao for now.